Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and Happy New Year to one and all. Hope everyone has a prosperous 2023, and we also hope you had a very pleasant, family-filled Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or any combination of ingredients thereof over the winter break. We're back at it now. It's basketball time, and tonight we take on the East High Blue Aces. We return to City League action. And as always, we're joined before the girls' game. And though that is not Marcus Myers you're looking at, that handsome devil is our assistant girls basketball coach, Brian Bernard. Brian, welcome aboard.
How you doing, Kevin?
Doing well. I hope you had a good break.
Oh, it was great. It was great. A lot of good practice, a lot of great time with family, much needed.
Well, let's talk about, before we talk about the practice part, because I do want to talk about that, let's go back to a quick review of our last game last year. Junction City came in for the Ark Valley, Chisholm Trail, and City League Challenge showcase games, and the girls led a sweep of Junction City 2 weeks ago, and congratulations on a very dominant win by the girls team over the Blue Jays of Junction City.
Yeah, thank you. That was a big win for us, especially coming in the new year. It was much needed going into the break. Give us a lot of momentum coming into 2023, and January is always a big month. Girls basketball, it's in all basketball, it's fast and furious, and practice is shortened, and you feel like you're just playing a ton of games, in which you are. So that was huge for us to get that win and grab some momentum heading into the second half here.
Let's talk about the shortened practice thing. I know that Keisha has rules and regulations about practice time over winter break. What are those rules?
Well, I know last week we could not be in the gym for, I believe it was the majority of last week. We couldn't even be there. So with that being said, coming back in, starting this week up, Saturday we had dad's practice, which was great. I think we could practice Thursday, Friday. So, it was kind of a long layoff for our girls, and I think that they were feeling that. And heading into tonight,
a little rusty, were we?
Yeah, heading into tonight, I'm just glad we were able to get those practices in, and it also be able to have some fun with our girls' families, basketball families, and it was really good. Just had a lot of time to study, watch film, and get game plan, and then try to feed our kids all this information all at once is kind of tough, So but I think our girls handled it. They have handled it very well to this point this year, so I'm excited about tonight.
Well, and you do have an advantage over the winter break, practicing and looking at film and all that stuff that you do over winter break, because you're not fighting with academics because they're on academic
right.
break. So they can really do a lot of concentrating all their energy and effort on what it is you want them to look at.
Yes. Yeah. That's always good. We try to ask the girls, one of my particular jobs is to get our film ready. I'll get about 10 to 15 clips of things that our opponent always does very, very well, and kind of break it down, and they're able to read my comments on our film through our Huddle app, and so our kids have really bought into watching that, and coming over here, that was one of the big things for us. We really wanted our kids to buy in. We really wanted our kids to take that part of it serious. The more film you watch, the more prepared you're going to be, and so on and so forth. So they've done a great job.
Well, you've looked at a lot of film. Let's talk about our opponent tonight. We've got the East High coming in for the beginning of the home and home in the City League. And what can you tell us about this girls squad from East High?
They're athletic. They're going to be fast. They actually have the leading scorer of the city through girls basketball transfer over there this year. So they're still going to be a really tough team. We got our work cut out for us, but we're a lot better, and our girls have really bought into what we're selling and our brand of basketball, and have I think through 5 games, we had one little hiccup there, but through 5 games we've shown that we're a very capable basketball team, and I'm excited to continue that and show the city and everybody what we're made of.
You've got you mentioned the East High having the leading scorer in the City League. How do you prepare to defend against someone who is going to put up a whole boatload of points in all likelihood?
It's just defend by committee. We all have to be aware of where she's at on the floor. We have to talk. And our girls know that that's a big emphasis in practice. Everybody has to know where she's at. Where their scoring threats are at all times. And if we do that, I think we'll be very successful. Whether we're playing a man defense or a zone defense, it doesn't matter. You just got to know where they're at, know where they like to be, and that's when film comes into play and those things like that and game planning. So,
is there anybody on the squad who will not be available tonight?
No, actually everybody's available. So I think there might be a little change in the starting lineup just because of a matchup situation that we like. That may happen. Us, we're not shy about switching things up from time to time.
I'll find that out in about 10 minutes, right?
Yeah. So we'll everybody's available, and our kids have done a great job of taking care of themselves off the floor, and really going and getting treatment if they need it, and ice things after practice. They're doing a great job staying healthy, as healthy as they can this year.
All righty. And of course, they won't have school. They didn't have school today, so they will not be tired from sitting in the classroom on the first day of coming back after winter break and having everything flung at them by teachers all day long. That starts for them tomorrow.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's always a plus, not having to sit there and have a million things to think about, and then have a million things to think about it heading into a basketball game. That's a big plus for us.
All righty, great. Well, listen, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck tonight against the Blue Aces.
Yes,
let's go out and get a W, and then we'll look forward to talking to either you or Marcus on Friday before we take on Bishop Carroll. All right.
Sounds good. Hey, I appreciate it, Kevin.
All righty.
All right, thank you.
Assistant head coach Brian Bernard, our guest on the pregame show. Stay with us. We're going to take a 90-second timeout. Then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's game against the Blue Aces of Wichita East High School. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Wichita, Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Welcome to another season of basketball, Grizzlies style, as Northwest pursues a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on their YouTube page with links available at NWHS Grizz. Grizzlies basketball is sponsored this year in part by Mel Hambledon Ford at the big corner of 119th West and Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. And by Andrews Cleaning Service with programs for residential, commercial, or special cleaning projects. Check them out at wichitacleaningservice.com. And by Keystone Solid Surfaces, providing quality granite countertop products for your home. Check them out at KeystoneSolidSurfaces.com. And by Todd Eflin Narrates, voice acting for just about anything with words, commercials, training videos, audiobook, and telephone services. Find me at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com. And now, let's go courtside for today's contest. And your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Elfin, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wichita Northwest High School. Happy New Year to one and all. A happy and safe and prosperous 2023 to each and every one of you. We hope you enjoyed your winter break, whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa. We hope you enjoyed your celebrations or any combination thereof. Weather in Wichita, for those of you out of town, it's today was a cloudy day. The high today was right at 40. Nothing spectacular weather-wise supposed to happen today or tonight. Going to be in the 30s tonight. No rain forecast, supposed to be sunny and 45 tomorrow. Our major cold snap that occurred right before Christmas is long since past. All of the snow that we had on our white Christmas is long gone. And we're pretty much back to normal Wichita winter weather. You'll notice tonight that there is not likely to be a huge crowd here this evening. School has not yet resumed. It resumes tomorrow for all of the students. So today not being a school day, the game is less of a draw than it would be had they had school today. Girls will play first, followed by the boys. This is a City League contest. The East High girls come into the contest tonight with a record of 2-2 on the season. Right there, their final game before Christmas, they defeated Garden City 49-47, so they had a barn burner right before Christmas. And our girls, the Northwest girls, are 2-3 on the season. And in their last game, they played in the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail League and the City League Challenge Showcase games. And they defeated Junction City 68-53 in a game that, quite frankly, wasn't even that close. So, total domination of Junction City by the Wichita Northwest Grizzly girls. Well, welcome our executive producer, Jonathan Scheu, with us tonight. He and I will be bringing you the girls' contest. Leslie Bravo is scheduled to join us for the boys' game as well and provide some needed relief for both of us. But even with a small crowd tonight, should be a good game. We're looking forward to bringing it to you and hope you enjoy the contest. As always, we want to tell you that all of our webcasts here at Northwest are student-driven production and under the direction and leadership of Mr. Shane Monroe in the Northwest Business Department, who manages the audio-visual program. These kids are up here learning the basics of television sports production. And for them, this is an extension of the classroom. Kids who are currently enrolled, and that will not be tonight because school hasn't resumed. But the kids who are enrolled in those audiovisual classes do receive a grade for their performance up here. So then they not only have to learn, but they also have to do. So it's an important thing for both teams, or both the teams and the students as well. They're getting ready to present the colors and play the national anthem. They're reading the pregame announcements here, and as soon as they present the colors, we will turn it over to our public address announcer. And the Northwest girls are taking a seat, and we're getting ready for the presentation of the colors in our first game of 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time if you would please rise. You would perhaps proclaim our national anthem in honor of our country and those that defend it. Tonight, the Northwest Color Guard is providing the colors for the national anthem, and it's the Grizzlies Battalion JROTC cadets. They are represented by Cadet Captain Caitlin Wright, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Aiden Charlier, Cadet Captain Tegan Hughes, and Cadet First Lieutenant Molly Eckley.
And that's the national anthem here at Northwest. Now gets set here for the introduction of the starting lineups, and they will do this in alternating fashion, as we always do here at Wichita Northwest. And they'll begin with the visiting team, the Blue Aces of East High School.
Here are tonight's starting lineups. First, for the East High Blue Aces,
A 5'7" senior guard wearing number 1, Ari Moore. And for Northwest, a 5'1" junior guard, number 1, Kenzie Edwards. For East High, a 5'8" sophomore guard, number 2, Ryan Chandler. For Northwest, number 21, a 5'2" sophomore guard, Aaliyah Richard. For East High, a 6' junior forward, number 3, Jeliah Manuel. For Northwest, a 5'8" sophomore guard, number 22, Kamira Barber. For East High, a 5'7" junior guard, number 5, Nia Chandler. For Northwest, number 23, a 5'5" junior guard, Innocent Robinson. For East High, a 5'6" sophomore guard, number 11, Haley Davis. And for Northwest, number 24 is a 5'9" junior forward, Sasha Reed. Head coach for East High is Ryan Chandler, and the head coach for Northwest is Marcus Myers. He's assisted by Brian Bernard and Christina Commons. Grizzlies are in their white uniforms this evening, and the East High Blue Aces are in their, I believe that's black uniforms with royal blue trim and numerals on their jerseys. Grizzlies will play from left to right here in the first half. We're getting set for the opening tip and the start of tonight's varsity girls contest. And East High wins the opening tip in a quick run to the basket. And a takeaway by Innocent Robinson off a bad pass. And she will bring it up the floor for Northwest. Sasha Reed with it. Now Kenzie Edwards. There's a three-point attempt by Barber that hits the rim and goes out of bounds. It'll turn it over, and it will be Nia Chandler, the leading scorer in the City League so far this year, with the ball now. Wearing number 5, and under the basket it goes, out of bounds. It'll turn it over to Northwest. 1 minute gone, first quarter, no score. Bringing the ball down the court is Innocent Robinson. I would love some help. You want to do this? Or you want to do that? You'll have to reset the time. I know you started right when you came out. And we want to welcome Eva McGee to our booth tonight as our engineer. Grateful to have her assistance here during the girls' contest. Minute and a half gone, no score. So far, a pitcher's duel here at Northwest. Nia Chandler with the ball for East into the corner. Top of the key now. And a foul call. That'll be the second foul of the game on Northwest. The first foul was called earlier on Innocent Robinson. This one is on Sasha Reed. East High will inbound the ball. On the near side, Chandler puts up a three, misses everything, and it's rebounded by Kenzie Edwards. Edwards to Barber. Barber over to Robinson. Robinson thought about a three, now pulls it back out. Top of the key, Innocent Robinson against the 2-3 zone of East High. Kenzie Edwards. Up and count it from Barber for two, and that's the first points of the game for either team. East High with it. That's Rylan Chandler. There's 3 Chandlers on this team, including the coach. Rylan and Nia are sisters. Wearing numbers 2 and 5 each. And we have a whistle before the inbound. I think there may be a foul on Northwest here. Let's see what they're going to call. Sasha Reed picks up her second foul already here in quarter number 1. And there's a nice putback by Allie Moore. And the game is tied at 2. 5:30 to go, first quarter. Barber with it for Northwest. Gives it to Edwards. Richard back to Edwards, now to Barber. Richard in the corner, thought about it, now gives it to Edwards. Top of the key, she drives, gives it to Richard. Richard drives the baseline, sends it back to Barber. Barber sends it wide for Robinson. There's a three, and yes, count it. Innocent Robinson gives the Grizzlies a 3-point lead. And Nia Chandler pops one up, doesn't go. Innocent Robinson on the rebound, sends it to Barber. Barber puts up a three. It's good! Tamira Barber, 4-3. And East High's going to call a timeout. It's a coach's timeout. We'll keep it here, but I need to do something with Eva real quick. Would you go to the video clips there, remove that one, and go to add clip, and add the one that says North sponsors on the right there. And, yeah. And next time we run a commercial, you hit cut. Remember that? 4:32 to go in the first, 8-2. Grizzlies with the early lead here. On a couple of three-point bombs by Robinson and by Barber, respectively. One substitution for into the game. Sasha Reed stays in. Edwards comes out and is replaced by number 12, Viviana Wall, a 5'9" freshman forward who's having a great shooting year. Into the paint, there's a foul, and that's going to be on Richard, I believe. It is on Aaliyah Richard. That's her first. Third team foul. This one will send Jalaya Manuel to the line, shooting a pair. First one is up, and count it. And she is on the board. She will get one more. Here it comes. And she makes them both. Nothing but net both times. Good job by Miss Manuel. And the Grizzlies will bring it down the floor now. And that one is lost off the wickets of Sasha Reed. There's a three-point try, way short. Barber gets the rebound, and she is hammered from behind. That would be clipping in the NFL, and that'd be 15 yards. Foul is on Manuel. That's her first. I could have sworn he announced a different name, but that's what they put up, folks, so that's what we're going with. On the near side, Aaliyah Richard with it. Sasha Reed, top of the key, into the paint for Barber. She puts it up. It doesn't go, and the rebound to East. Ari Moore has it. Now over here on the near side where Rylan Chandler puts it in the paint. Underneath. Oh, what a nice block by Sasha Reed. The pass went for Amaya Hamilton, and Reed got in there and just batted it out of bounds. Ball will stay with East High. Out it comes. Rylan Chandler can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Wall. She gives it to Barber. Barber brings it across the timeline and underneath to Wall, back out to Richard. Richard, around the horn it goes. Now back to Richard. She sends it over to Sasha Reed. To Barber in the corner for Robinson. Robinson back out to Barber. A long three. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Wall, knocked out of play, and they're going to say that Wall touched it last. It will turn it over to East High. 2:44 to go, first quarter, 8-4, Grizzlies lead. Edwards comes back in, and she will replace Aaliyah Richard. East High will bring it down, courtesy of Ari Moore. Moore into the paint. Manuel, there's a charge. Come on. Oh, they're going to call a block. Or are they? No, they called the charge. It's her second foul. Player control foul will give the ball to the Grizzlies. Substitution as Kalis Henderson comes in for East High, a 5'10" sophomore forward. And here comes Innocent Robinson bringing it down, gives it to Edwards. Edwards had a pass partially blocked, but Grizzlies kept it underneath the wall. She goes up, she's fouled, she'll go to the line, and Viviana Wall's going to shoot free throws. Foul is charged to Sine Hadley, number 10, a 5'4" junior guard. Viviana Wall is on the scoreboard. Misses the second one. She makes 1 out of 2, 9-4. Grizzlies lead, 2:10 to go in the first quarter. And they're going to call a foul this time on Wall. Brian Bernard's not too happy with that, but it's her first foul. It's team foul number 6. So the Grizzlies are going to put East High in bonus land very early in this contest, it looks like. Out it comes to Hadley. Back in for Chandler. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Sasha Reed. She gets it to Edwards. Edwards a long one for Robinson, and Robinson tried to get it to Wall, and she missed her. East High comes away with it. Ari Moore will drive, put it up, and it will not go. Wall gets that rebound. Viviana Wall been very present on the defensive boards here in the first quarter. Kamira Barber with it, sends it over to Edwards into the corner now to Robinson. Robinson back around to Barber. Barber drives, puts it up from 12 feet, doesn't go. She's fouled, and Barber will go to the line and shoot 2. Myra Barber will shoot 2 free throws. There's one, it's good. And Barber has 6 points. And Barber rattles it, but makes it go, and she's got 7. 11-4, Grizzlies lead. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. East High will inbound, and we're back underway. Edwards on defense. Ball goes up off the rim, no good. Loose ball underneath, and Sasha Reed comes away with it. A foul is called. Let's see who they charge this to. I have a hunch it's going to be on, and I'm right, it's on Henderson. That's her first, team foul number 5. A lot of fouls here in the first quarter. 2-3 zone set up by East High now. 1 minute to go in the quarter. Round the horn it goes. Reed to Edwards. Edwards from 12 feet doesn't go. Rebound gets knocked out of play, and it should belong to Northwest. And it will. Kamira Barber coming back in. She will replace Sasha Reed. A wise precaution. Sasha has 2 fouls already. Robinson on the near side. Back to Barber. Back to Robinson for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Richard underneath to Barber. Barber couldn't control it. Who's got it now? It's ball went out of bounds off of Henderson. It's going to stay with Northwest. Edwards has it, and they may play for one shot now with 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it. Robinson back to Barber. Barber. Around the world we go. 15 to go. In the paint, Barber puts it up. It doesn't roll in, and the rebound is going to be picked off by East. Robinson couldn't get the steal. There's a three-point try that's off the heel, no good. And that's how the quarter will end. That one will not count. And at the end of one quarter of play, it's Northwest 11 and East High 4. We'll be back with our second quarter in 60 seconds. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Change that at halftime. That's my bad. And we're back here live, starting the second quarter. Northwest inbounds the ball. Aaliyah Richard with it. Over to Robinson, back to Barber, to Viviana Wall. And Sasha Reed rounds out the 5 on the floor for Northwest in the second quarter. There's a shot that misses, rebounded by Nia Chandler. She puts one up, she scores, and she's going to go to the line for a three-point play. Foul is on Wall. That's her second. Chandler with a chance to get the three-point play, and she does it. 11-7, Grizzlies lead. 7:30 to go, second quarter. Pressure being put on by East High. Barber drives in and is fouled. It'll be a foul is on Haley Davis. That's her first. And they were lining up for shots, and they're not in the bonus yet, so this will be inbounded to Robinson. Robinson to Barber. Barber to Aaliyah Richard. Richard pulls it out, pops it into Robinson. Robinson double team, gives it back to Richard underneath the wall. Left hand counted. Beautiful play. Beautiful assist and a beautiful shot. And the Grizzlies had their 6-point lead back. Nia Chandler misses, rebounded by Wall. And what are they going to call? A timeout has been called by Northwest. This will be a coach's timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. And we'll just take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. real quickly, we want to thank, of course, we ask you to subscribe to NWHS Grizz. Your subscription helps the school, so please do that. I want to thank Andrews Cleaning Service, Keystone Solid Surfaces, Taco Prano at 21st and Tyler, Maid Pro, M-A-I-D Pro of Wichita, Chance Transmission, Jensen Chiropractic Clinic, Christopher Daniels, Jewelry and Watch Repair, Todd Eflin Narrates, and Mel Hambledon Ford, all proud supporters of Wichita Northwest and contributing to the production of this webcast. We're back getting ready to go underway. It'll be Northwest basketball. Full court pressure being put on here by East High on this restart. Ball comes into Aaliyah Richard, and Richard is fouled, and now she will go to the line as both teams are in the bonus. You do me a favor and click bonus for both teams. Aaliyah Richard will have a 1-and-1 opportunity here. First one is good. She'll get the bonus. And Aaliyah Richard is on the scoreboard. Second one is also good. She makes them both. And the lead is 8, the largest lead of the day for Northwest. There's a three-point bomb that goes off the rim, no good. Rebounded by East. They'll put up another one. And Nia Chandler, gets the three-pointer. She has 6 points all in this quarter. And this is going to be an easy lay-in for Ari Moore. And all of a sudden the lead is down to 3, where it was 8 just seconds ago. Aaliyah Richard into the corner. There's a three-pointer by Wall that misses. And we have a foul called underneath, and I think Sasha Reed is going to go to the line on a 1-and-1 opportunity. Foul is on Haley Davis. That's her second. 8 team fouls now for East, 7 for Northwest. Reed misses. And Edwards will come in for Barber. Barber kind of hobbling a little bit coming off the floor. Hopefully she's not hurting in any way. Sasha Reed's second one, missed them both. And it's rebounded by Nia Chandler. Chandler will bring it across the timeline herself. 5:50 to go till halftime. Grizzlies up by 3. Blocked by Richard, picked off by Edwards, and Kenzie Edwards brings it back down the floor. Stay with us at halftime for our Meet the Grizzly feature. We're going to have a visit with J.C. Scheu tonight. That coming up at the half. Kenzie Edwards with it, has it knocked out of play. That should stay with Northwest. Oh, now wait a minute. One of the referees is saying that Edwards tipped it. Oh, I guess he's not saying that. Robinson gives it to Richard, back to Robinson. Back to Richard. To Reed. Reed double teamed. And back out to Richard. Over to Edwards. In the paint to Reed. Back to Robinson. Robinson in the paint. And she tried to make the pass and a whistle. And I think there's a foul being called. And I think Innocent Robinson is going to the line. Foul's being charged to Hadley. That's her second. And it will be Robinson going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 opportunity. And she makes the first one.
Robinson with 4 points now. Second one is also good. We have a substitution coming in for East. I didn't see who it was. I do see who it was. It was Manuel coming back in. And East inbounds with 5 minutes to go till halftime. Over here on the near side. Ball's put up, missed, and rebounded by Wall. Wall having a good rebounding night, as I mentioned earlier. Robinson to Sasha Reed, back to Robinson. And what do we have now? A whistle away from the ball, lane violation by Northwest, 3 seconds, and that will turn the ball over to East High. East High is going to take a full timeout, and so are we. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Back at Northwest coming out of the timeout. 4:31 to go, second quarter, 17-12. Grizzlies lead. And East High will inbound to resume play. Possession arrow is pointing at East. Nia Chandler, leading scorer in the City League, with the ball at the moment. And if you're interested, she's got 6 points so far. Good job by Ari Moore to save it. Underneath the manual, a scoop shot goes, and a foul. Nope, they take it away. It's a traveling is called. No basket. Oh, there's an interception. Well, she got it back anyway. She got her basket anyway because of the interception on the inbound pass, which was telegraphed. Wall gives it to Robinson. Richard for three off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Barber. She can't get the putback, gets it again, it doesn't go. And finally it's rebounded by Chandler. Now we have a blocking foul going to be charged to Barber. She was trying to draw the charge, didn't get it done. That's Barber's first. But it will put Chandler on the line to shoot a 1-and-1. And she makes the first one. Chandler has 7 points now, all in this quarter. One more free throw coming. And that one misses, rebounded by Barber. Here come the Grizzlies back. Richard all the way down off the glass. It doesn't go. And the rebound to Nia Chandler. Again, a long one to Ari Moore. And Moore has one blocked behind Innocent Robinson. A great block it was. It will stay with East High, however. They will inbound with 3:28 remaining, first half. Out it comes to Ari Moore. Moore to Chandler. There's a long three, misses everything, rebounded by Wall. Wall gets it to Barber. Barber sends a long one down to Robinson. Robinson tries to split the defense, does so. Ball doesn't drop, however, and it's rebounded by East. And now there's a long one for Ari Moore, and she'll have she had an easy lay-in, it didn't go. Barber gets the rebound. 17-15, Grizzlies by 2. Underneath to Barber, and it doesn't go. Chandler gets around Robinson underneath to Hamilton. Over here on the near side, that's a miss and a putback. Manuel gets the putback. And we're going to have a timeout here being taken by Northwest. It's a full. We'll take it with them. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Grizzlies have not trailed in this contest. It is tied now for the first time since it was scoreless. Grizzlies have the ball with a chance to retake the lead. 2:20 to go in the half. Edwards gives it to Barber. Barber puts it up from 12 feet off the heel. No good. Rebounded by Wall. Wall gives it to Robinson. And the only person I haven't mentioned is Sasha Reed. There's your 5 on the floor. Wall for 3. Good! Viviana Wall has 6 points, 5 in this quarter, and the Grizzlies lead. There's a loose ball picked up by Kenzie Edwards. She feeds it to Robinson. Robinson up, count it. Innocent Robinson. All of a sudden, we lead by 5 again. 22-17. Chandler over on the near side. Ari Moore for 3. Misses the world. Picked off by Viviana Wall, and we may have our first, we have our first jump ball of the contest, and it will go to East on the alternating possession rule, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. And that time, a good defensive effort by Northwest was indeed wasted. East will inbound under the basket, and Chandler made that too easy. Edwards to Reed, to Barber. Barber puts it up, and she's fouled on the way up. She will go to the line and shoot a pair, and the Grizzlies will be in the double bonus. Not that it matters on this one. The foul is on Davis. That's her third. Barber will shoot a pair. First one is good. That's the first point of the quarter for Kamira Barber. How about one more? You betcha. She makes them both. Grizzlies lead by 5. 1:09 to go. Nia Chandler And over here from the corner, a miss and a rebound by Barber. On the near side, Robinson for three, in and out, no good. And it's rebounded by East High. Chandler for three, off the rim, no good. That's going to go out of play. That'll be Northwest basketball. 35 seconds to go till halftime. That comes in now to Barber. And don't be surprised if the Grizzlies play for the last shot here. And I think that is what the coach, Marcus Myers, has signaled. And, of course, just as I say that, I'm wrong. That's on me, not them. Leah Richard comes back in. Ball turned over to East on that play, by the way. And Barber will take a seat, and Barber must be nursing an injury. I'm going to ask our engineer here, who's nodding now that I'm correct. We'll talk about it during commercial and bring you up to speed because I was not aware of this. A jump ball will go to Northwest with 10 seconds to go. Grizzlies have a chance for the last shot here. And into the game, number 30 for Northwest, Aubrey Navarrete, a 5'9" freshman forward. She replaces Sasha Reed, and East High steals it, and then we have a whistle. I have no idea what we called here. I guess when she stole it, she had her foot on the sideline because they're giving it back to Northwest at that spot. That one goes out of play, and Robinson goes into the scorer's table. Robinson will get it with 7 seconds to go. And that was actually Richard that inbounded, and now they called traveling, I think. So with 6 seconds to go, East High will get a last chance. This would not be the end of the world because that would give the Grizzlies the ball first in the third quarter. There's a long one off the rim, no good, and that's it, folks. We are at halftime, and at halftime, your score is Northwest 24 and East High 19. We'll be back in 1 minute, and then we'll send it to our halftime feature, so stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Have a change of plans. Slip that puppy on if you would. And tell me your correct title.
I am the Director of Safety and Environmental Services.
Safety and Environmental Services, okay.
Yes.
We are back at halftime. And we're going to get to J.C. Scheu here shortly, hopefully. But in the meantime, Jonathan, will you do me a favor? Would you swing the camera on us? We have a special guest up here at halftime. I want to welcome Terry Moses, the 259 Director of Safety and Environmental Concerns.
Services. Yes.
Services, rather,
Yes,
excuse
yes.
me. Glad to have you. How are you?
I am wonderful. It's great to be here. Even though we don't have school today, it's great to see the kids and people that could make it out to join us this evening.
Yeah. You've been busy and you've been on the news a lot. So why don't you fill us in on some of the goings on in your department?
The goings on is that we've had really a very good year. We started out with some concerns in regards to safety, and we've made some changes and adaptation, and we do that constantly. But one of the great things about what I get to do every day is work with kids and educators and just who are really, really, really interested in making sure that our students succeed. One of the goals of our districts, of course, is to ensure that our schools are trusted as safe places. And anything that we can do to make our kids feel comfortable and our staff feel comfortable and safe is so very important in today's environment.
Okay. Well, to that end, I know that a major financial investment is being made in equipment, and
Yes.
West High was one of the first beneficiaries of that. Tell us all about that.
We researched ways that we could scan people who came into our buildings to ensure that no firearms or any type of explosive devices were coming into our buildings. For years, we have used traditional metal scanner detector scanners like our bowl games. Anybody here tonight came through a metal detector
Right.
scanner. In order to use those, you have to take everything out of your pockets. You have to take your cell phone out, your keys out, anything that you have that's metal. And anybody who's gone to a game where you use those, especially if you're carrying a backpack like a student coming to school, it takes a really long time.
Sure, they
to
got to
get
go
people
back
through
and
that
search
process.
through the backpack and all the
everything.
pockets and everything. Sure.
So through our research, we found a group, a supplier. The product is called OpenGate. There's a number of them out there on the market. These are actually used by the NFL. A lot of other school districts throughout the country are using them. And what it allows us to do is it allows us to check people for those firearms or explosives, but it does it without having to divest yourself of all those traditional metal items that are those keys, the cell phones.
Right.
Now, our computers, you still have to take them out. And at West High, we've got a process down. The students know you take your computer out of your backpack, you hand it to somebody, you walk through the scanner, and it's really a very quick process. But it adds a level of security to our buildings to ensure that we don't have those items coming into our buildings, and it tells our students and our staff how important they are to us because we want to make sure that they're safe.
Absolutely, safety of the kids is everything, and everybody knows that. And
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, the people say, well, you spend a lot of money on these machines, but quite frankly, I'm ready to have them here at Northwest because I think it's worth it.
Yeah, we purchased enough for every school. Because of the supply chain issues worldwide, we received enough to do one school at this point, and that we started at West High. And we're hoping to receive the other ones fairly quickly, and then we're going to go school by school. As we learned with Northwest, it takes a couple of days, a lot of staff to help people walk through it. So even if all of them showed up tomorrow, we wouldn't put them all in
Right.
every school.
Right.
We'd use our staff to. So we're looking at a process where we implement them school by school. But so far, we've been very happy with them. I think West is happy with them. And it's just another item, another tool in the toolbox that we can use to ensure our schools are trusted as safe places.
Okay. So beyond the weapons concern and everything, how's everything else going for you?
Really, like I said, I think the year's gone very, very well. We've got a threat assessment process that we're improving that really focuses on prevention as much as it does in taking protective actions. We want to make sure that if a student gets angry or somebody gets upset about something and they made a threat, that we're looking at it holistically and what services can we provide. Is there some anger management issues? Do we need counseling? Those kind of things. So we're dealing with it without making it punitive. One of the things we want to make sure is that we're responding to the needs of kids.
Right.
Because problem solving is a big part of growing up. And we all got in fights when we were kids. And we all said things that we shouldn't have said when we were kids.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Even when we were coaches, we said some things that we shouldn't have said. But we want to help kids learn those problem-solving techniques and help them learn how they can work through, hey, I'm upset, I'm mad at you, I'm angry. How can we work through those issues and do it in a way that's productive, and we can go back to being friends?
Sure. Great.
So those are just some of the things that we're doing in regards to safety in our buildings.
All righty. Well, I'm one of the gazillion people in 259 that read your newsletter every time it comes out. So
every month we're going to send it out.
Yeah.
And you say that last month we focused on drug issues. One of the big concerns we have in our community and nationwide, of course, is fentanyl. And we're partnering with the police department, the sheriff departments to get out as much information as we can. They're going to do a town hall meeting. Unfortunately, off the top of my head, I don't know what day it is. It's coming up fairly quickly. So any parent or student that has concerns about drug use, go to the Wichita Police Department website, and they're going to have a town hall meeting that'll help answer some questions about how you can talk to kids about drug use. That's one of the things that we put in our newsletter. It's difficult to have those. The most important conversations a parent can have with a kid is the difficult conversation.
Absolutely. And, the fentanyl issue is something that's near and dear to my heart personally, because it hasn't been a month that I went to a funeral for a kid who OD'd on fentanyl. Yeah. And, it's a tragic situation, such a waste to see these young people, going by the wayside. And I heard just on the way over here to the game tonight, somebody was talking about it on the radio. 300 people a day die in this country from fentanyl.
Yes. Used to be when I was in school, and even when I was a young police officer, we used to talk to kids about the effects of drug use and the long-term effects, the addictions, the problems it can cause with your health in the long term. And now we have to talk about a life and death immediate concern. And that's a big, big change. And we really need to get kids to understand that there are bad people out there that are putting fentanyl in what used to be a very recreational, hey,
right.
I can quit whenever, and people are dying because of it.
Yes.
And we need to get that information out.
Okay, well, keep up the good work, and we appreciate it. Thanks for the visit. You're always welcome. We preempt everything for you. So.
Well, it's fun to come up here and talk to you, and I enjoy it. And I truly appreciate what you do. It's another way we can connect with our community and our fans, and the connections we have are what make us successful. So thank you very much for what you do.
Well, thank you. And just one personal note. How's the family? Everybody have
Wonderful.
a good winter break?
Had a great break. 3 grandkids, 1 on the way. So very soon we'll have 4.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Terry Moses, our guest here. At halftime, we're going to get Jonathan to swing the camera back around so you can take that thing off. And again, Terry Moses, thank you for being with us. We are about 30 seconds away from the start of the third quarter. And for the parents of J.C. Scheu, who are now disappointed that we didn't get her daughter's interview on at halftime, we're going to save that for Friday night. We'll do it Friday night at halftime of the girls' game. We'll have our Meet the Grizzly feature with J.C. Scheu. So we apologize to family members who may have been waiting for that, but Terry Moses talking about some very, very important stuff, and stuff we actually had to have. So we're getting ready here for the third quarter, and our executive producer is still down with the team. I was going to fix this. We actually have the home and visitors reversed on our scoreboard, so, don't worry about it, folks. The score is right. That's all that matters. So, and inbounding the ball to start the second half is East High. Grizzlies are playing now from right to left as you're watching this on your screen, and we have a quick foul called against Sasha Reed, I believe. It is. Sasha Reed, that's her third foul. That's not a good sign. Ball will be inbounded here by the Blue Aces. Nia Chandler has it. Thought about a 3, puts it back down. Moore passes it in to Senator Emanuel. She goes up. No basket. Held ball. It will go to Northwest on the alternating possession. The score remains unchanged. 24-19, same as it was at halftime. And Aaliyah Richard will bring the ball down with Richard on the floor. And we have, I guess she dribbled it out of bounds. Kamira Barber's out there, along with Kenzie Edwards, Innocent Robinson, and Sasha Reed. That's the 5 on the floor here for Northwest in the third quarter. I don't think the clock's right. That's my bad. There's a rebound. Here comes Robinson bringing it down the floor now for Northwest. Tried to get it to Richard and couldn't do so. And Moore now sends one into the bleachers. That'll turn it right back over to Northwest. All this action since halftime, and we have not yet completed a minute of play here in the third quarter. 7:07 remaining in the third. Barber has it for Northwest. I was going to ask Ava about Barber's injury, and when Terry Moses came up here, that kind of made everything go cattywampus on that as well. I will ask her about that to brief me on that during our first commercial timeout of the half. In the meantime, we have a foul called on Robinson. It's her second. And at the line, shooting a pair. The first one of which misses everything is Rylan Chandler. Rylan Chandler has not scored in this game. She will have one more opportunity to change that. And she does not. She missed them both, rebounded by Barber. Sasha Reed with it, gives it back to Barber. Sasha Reed has 3 fouls. Robinson puts it up off the glass. It does not go. Rebounded there by Manuel. And Nia Chandler put one up. There's a ball on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball, and on the alternating possession, it will turn over to East High, or will stay with East High, I should say. There's a three-pointer by Nia Chandler that misses. Goes out of play. It will stay with East. And back out it comes. There's a long one from Nia Chandler that misses. Now we have a foul called. Foul is on Rylan Chandler. That's her first. Ball will be inbounded by East High. Barber has it on the baseline. Sends it in to Robinson, to Richard. And that one just too high for Kenzie Edwards to get to. East High comes away with it. Chandler for 3, nothing but net. You know, you give Chandler enough tries at that, she's going to make it. And the first points of the second half, over 2 minutes in, go to East High. Here is Robinson with it. Innocent Robinson has her pocket picked. Now what do we have? They're going to give the ball to Northwest, I think. They are. Robinson's going to inbound it. Edwards is still in there, and taking a seat is Aaliyah Richard, being replaced by Viviana Wall. Underneath Barber, put it up, get the roll. It doesn't go, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Foul is on Rylan Chandler. That's her second in the last 2 minutes. Barber will go to the line. First one is up and good. She has one more coming to try and give the Grizzlies a 4-point lead. And it doesn't go. 25-22 Grizzlies. 5:25 to go here in the third quarter. And Chandler took it coast to coast, went up, got fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair, and I have a hunch that's going to be on Sasha Reed, and there it is on the board. For Sasha Reed, that is her 4th foul. Nia Chandler will go to the line and shoot a pair. First one is good. And Chandler makes them both. She's got 5 in this quarter, 14 in the game. We didn't give you our point summaries. I'm going to do it real quick. Moore has 4. Manuel has 6. Chandler has 14 now. For Northwest, Wall with 6. Richard with 2. Barber with 10. And Robinson with 7. That's up to date now. There's an interception and an easy lay-in. And for Hadley, that's the first bucket of the night, and it gives East their first lead of the night, 26-25. Grizzlies will inbound. Grizzlies have only scored 1 point in this quarter. Wall, count it. Atta girl. And the Grizzlies have the lead again. Wall has 8. Chandler, top of the key, looking at a pretty stingent defense from Northwest here. And the Manuel found someone underneath. Slipping it underneath was Hamilton. She gets the lay-in, and that's her first bucket of the night. We have a whistle. Going to turn over to East. Grizzlies led by 5 at half. They trail by 1 now. And East High has the ball. Manuel gets the putback. That's her first bucket of the second half. Robinson scores. And we have a timeout being taken. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to have to get that commercial back up there. Can you go to clips and remove that and put the commercial back? All righty. And go ahead and click. Northwest, East High will inbound coming out of the timeout. And as promised, we did extensive research into the nature of whatever it is that might be bothering Kamira Barber. We found out she has a slightly sprained ankle. So she's still out there. She's playing hard. But that explains. Oh, there's a steal by Edwards. Kinsey to Richard. Count it. Beautiful play. And that's, believe it or not, is Aaliyah Richards' first field goal of the night. Grizzlies back on top. East High with the ball. Around the horn we go. Hadley underneath, puts it up off the base. Follow doesn't go. Manuel puts it up finally. You give them 3 tries at it, they're going to make it. She scores. Grizzlies trail again. Barber to Wall, yes. Beautiful assist and a great finish by Viviana Wall. East High with it, 33-32, Grizzlies lead, 2.5 to go, third quarter. 3-point attempt, way short. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Manuel. That's her third. Team foul number 4 in this half. Grizzlies will inbound. East High, full court pressure being put on. Barber has it, gives it back to Robinson. Robinson across the timeline. She almost almost went over and back with it, but hung in there. And a foul is going to be called on Nia Chandler. Trying to poke it away, and that's her first. No, it's not. It's her second. Like I said, that's her second. Team foul number 5 for East. And who are they going to give it? I think they're going to give it to East. No, they're giving it to us. Marcus Myers was very adamant that the ball was tipped before it went out, and evidently they agreed with him. Couldn't tell from up here, so we'll assume they were right. There's Barber putting it up from 12 feet. Count it. Amira Barber has 12. There's a steal by Edwards, 2-on-1 for Northwest. Edwards puts it up. Count it. Kenzie Edwards with her first points of the night, and the Grizzlies lead by 5. Rylan Chandler pulls it out. And looks like they're going to get Wall for a foul. Oh, no, they called it on Barber, excuse me. Barber's second. 4th team foul for Northwest. Whistle again. What do we have? A foul? Yes, we have a foul called, which will Viviana Wall picks up number 3. Each team with 5, and it will send Manuel to the line shooting 2. First one in and out, no good. One more coming. Missed them both. Edwards, Wall, Robinson, Barber, and Richard on the floor for the Grizzlies. And Richard in big trouble, dishes it off to Wall. Wall puts it up and get in there, yes. Well, it hung up there and thought about it, but 12 points for Wall, 6 in this quarter. Grizzlies lead by a touchdown. There's a 3-point attempt, no good, rebounded by Manuel, and she puts it up. It doesn't go. Another putback doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Northwest and Viviana Wall. That one goes out of play, and it will go to Northwest. And very smart and alert play by Viviana Wall, who's had a pretty darn good game tonight. There's one for Edwards. Edwards to Barber. Barber. Wall's all by herself. Oh, and she missed the lay-in. Richard for the rebound. Back over to Wall. And that one's loose on the floor, and they're going to call a foul, I think, on Barber. Let's see what they call. Oh, no, they didn't. They called it on Haley Davis. And for Davis, that's foul number 4. Grizzlies will inbound from the corner. Innocent Robinson gets it back, puts it in, no good. Rebounds out of play, they're going to give it to East. Less than a minute to go, third quarter. Grizzlies up by 7. Viviana Wall comes out, and into the game for Northwest is Anaya Simpson, a 5'9" freshman forward wearing number 5. East High will bring it down the floor. Chandler to Chandler. Into the paint for Manuel and over into the corner. Long 2 misses. Put back misses. Another putback misses. That one goes out of play, and it will go to Northwest. Some good defense being played by the Grizzlies on that possession. And Northwest with the ball now and 35 seconds to work with. Oh, and she just threw it right away. And a bad pass and then a foul to boot on a frustration play, and that's not a good thing. It will send Chandler to the line to shoot 1. Fouls on Edwards, that's her first. Like I said, that was just a frustration foul after giving the ball up to go in there and foul. She'll look at the film and say that wasn't very good. Chandler gets the 3-point play out of it. Chandler has 17 in the game, 8 in this quarter. Grizzlies lead by 4. They've not trailed by more than 1 point in this game. They've trailed by that margin 3 times. And there's another giveaway. Hadley gets it. And that one's going to go way long. Less than a second to go in the quarter. So we can tell you that the score at the end of the quarter is going to be 39-37 Northwest. And that's it. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this 60-second timeout. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Northwest for the start of the fourth quarter. Grizzlies will get the ball on the alternating possession to start the fourth quarter. They'll have the ball and the lead, but the lead now is only 2. They got outscored by 3 in the third quarter. Wall turns right around, coughs it up, and a jump ball is being called. That'll go to East on the alternating possession. So the turnover is costly. Chandler has it for the Blue Aces, brings it up to a 1-3-1 zone. Grizzlies break out of it now. Underneath, Moore dishes it back out. Rylan Chandler puts it up off the goalpost, and it will turn over to Northwest. Foul-wise, each team has 6, so the next foul for either team will put the opponent in bonus land for the rest of the game. Been a lot of fouls in this game. Really have. Barber over here on the near side to Robinson. Robinson brings it down the floor. Edwards, a long 2, off the heel, no good, rebounded by Wall. She tried to dish it back into Richard, goes instead to East. Here come the Blue Aces. Ari Moore puts it up and count it. And we're tied at 39 with 7:10 to go. And Viviana Wall got her pocket pick there. Underneath to Moore. Moore dishes it off to Manuel, and a nice play by East, and all of a sudden East has the lead again, and I can tell you right now who's calling this timeout. It will be a timeout being called by Northwest. We'll keep it here and tell you the boys game will follow about 20 minutes after this one. We'll have Andy Hill on our pregame show talking about the East High boys and about the Christmas break and practices over the Christmas break. Stay tuned for that. I want you to know how much we appreciate the coaches giving of their time so that we can have a visit with them before the games, because we know that we know the fans out there. We know you like to hear what the coaches are thinking, and this is a good way for you to get inside their heads as well. 41-39. Grizzlies trail. 6:53 to go. Grizzlies will inbound with a chance to tie or go ahead. Robinson, and what do we have here? We have a foul called, and that's going to be on Nia Robinson, I believe. Nia Chandler, I mean. It is on her, and it's her third. And as I said, that puts the Grizzlies into the bonus. So the Robinson will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1 opportunity. This would be a good one to make. Get in there. Thank you. Second one going up. Misses. Grizzlies trail by 1. Oh, and Robinson steals it, and then it goes out of play. And it's going to be Grizzly basketball. Then we have the official changing of the guard as Leslie Bravo has joined the crew. And is now bringing you all the sights of this one. And Jonathan Scheu has taken over as producer engineer. Get off there. It didn't go. And it's rebounded by Manuel. The height differential really hurt us on that play. Ari Moore with it to Chandler. Chandler off the glass. Good. Wow, that was nice. Chandler has 19 points. We have a whistle. Viviana Wall is going to come back in. We haven't even told you who's on the floor of this quarter. We'll do that here. She's going to come in for Kenzie Edwards. So on the floor with Wall is Sasha Reed, Aaliyah Richard, Innocent Robinson, and Kamira Barber. East High subs a couple of players in as well. Grizzlies down by 3 now. This is their biggest deficit of the night. (43-40). Grizzlies trail. Barber to Robinson. Oh, she tried to feed it into Richard and overlet her. goes out of play. Fortunately, it went through the wickets of an East High defender. And it will stay with Northwest. Underneath, Wall puts it up. Doesn't go. And that one goes into the Grizzly bench. It will turn over to Northwest. Robinson feeds it into Barber. Barber for three. Good! Kamira Barber was facing the wrong direction and banks a three home anyway. And we're tied. And there's a steal by Richard. Aaliyah Richard goes up. It doesn't go. Robinson the rebound. Underneath to Barber. It's knocked out of play. It'll stay with Northwest. And some good hustling play this time by the Grizzlies on this possession. Underneath, Sasha Reed. Got a held ball, yes, and it will go to Northwest on the alternating possession. Sasha Reed, nice job. Reed's got to be careful. She's playing with 4 fouls. Leah Richard pulls it back. Gets it into Reed. Reed attacked, and now Wall, a long 2. Doesn't go, and a rebound by Manuel. She sends it to Chandler. Nia Chandler pulls back for 3. Off the rim, no good. Get the rebound, ladies. Rebound goes to East. The putback doesn't go. Who's going to get the rebound? East has it again. Loose ball on the floor. Now they're going to call a foul on somebody, and we'll let them sort it out. And it might very well be on Robinson, who was on the ground getting up slowly. She got kicked while she was down there. And sure, they're going to charge her with the foul since she got hurt. And this will put East in the bonus. 1-and-1 opportunity for East High. Rebound to Barber. Robinson to Reed. Wall and Edwards. There's your 5 on the floor. Barber with it, calling out a play. Into the corner for Robinson. Nothing there. She'll pull it back out. Switches hands. Into the paint she goes. Drives underneath. And did she travel? Yes, she did. When she lost the handle on the ball, she walked, and that was the end of that. Well, I told you not to expect much of a crowd tonight. I was wrong. This place is filling up. A lot of folks here. From both schools, I might add. Nia Chandler has it. As they approach 4 minutes remaining, Sasha Reed almost got it, and now the Grizzlies do have it. Robinson underneath, up and count it. And a foul. Oh, wow, she went up uncontested, and they fouled her anyway. Innocent Robinson will go to the line and shoot 1. The foul is on Rylan Chandler. That's her 3rd. Comes with exactly 4 minutes to go in the game. 1 shot coming for Robinson, this to give the Grizzlies a 3-point lead. It's up and short. 45-43 Grizzlies. Nia Chandler puts it up over the defense. It doesn't go, and what do we have here? A foul's going to be called, I think, on Rylan Chandler. And that will have Viviana Wall shooting free throws. It is on Rylan Chandler. That's her 4th. Team foul number 9. So the Grizzlies will be in double bonus land after this one. This is a 1-and-1 opportunity for Wall. Wall has not scored in this quarter. She has now. That's all right, Viviana. Make me look bad. I don't mind that. This to make it a 2-possession game. Made them both. 14 in the game for Viviana Wall. East High brings it down the floor. Rylan Chandler gives it to Nia Chandler. In the paint to Manuel underneath. Up and counted. That was a nice play to get the ball to Hamilton, who scored, and that's Hamilton's only her second bucket of the night. Grizzlies lead by 2. Barber counted. Yes, she got the roll. Manuel into the paint, drives off the glass, counted. Yeah, she's going to get that every time, and that's using her height advantage, as she's the tallest person on the floor. That one goes up, and we have a foul called. I think that's going to be on Rylan Chandler, and if it is, it's her 5th. We'll see who they call it on. It's not on Chandler. They called it on Davis. That's her 5th. Well, now wait a minute. Yes, it is her 5th. So Davis is disqualified on fouls. Will have to leave the game here. There'll be a moment for a substitution. A couple of subs coming in, actually. Ari Moore comes back in. Looks like Aaliyah Richards going to come in for the shooter. Also getting ready to come back in is Aubrey Navarrete. And the first one is good by Robinson. Innocent Robinson, 4 in the quarter, 13 in the game. 50-47 now. Trying to make it a 2-possession game, and doesn't. But the rebound goes to Barber. Barber puts it up, it doesn't go. This rebound is Ari Moore, and now a foul on Robinson on that rebound. And that'll take us all the way to the other end of the floor for free throws. And they have charged that one to Barber, not to Robinson, so that is the 4th foul on Barber. I don't understand that one. Ari Moore will shoot a 1-and-1. And she makes the first one. 3 in the quarter, 7 in the game. Robinson's going to come back in now for somebody. Now she wasn't ready to come back in when they were ready to shoot the free throw, so I think, well, now they are letting her come back in. Kenzie Edwards will have a seat. So we have Robinson, Richard, Wall, Navarrete, and Barber on the floor for Northwest here with 2:55 to go in the 4th quarter. Ari Moore missed the second one. Put back, and it's good. Oh, my gosh. Manuel gets the putback and ties the game at 50, and a full timeout is being taken by East High. We're going to take it with them. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly basketball. contest. Okay. Where the score is tied at 50 with 2:50 to go. Grizzlies have 8 fouls. East has 10. Grizzlies have 1 timeout left, and East High has 2. Possession arrow favors East. That's pretty much it. And the Grizzlies will inbound the ball with a chance to take the lead. And it comes in where Barber has it, gives it back. Oh, my, she threw it away. Maybe. Yeah, there wasn't anything she could do about it. That inbound play just did not work from the get-go. It was in trouble from the start. And it will be East High now with a chance to take the lead. Underneath to Manuel. Manuel's shot is blocked. She gets it right back. It's blocked again. No, this time it's a foul on Navarrete. It'll send Manuel to the line to shoot a pair. First one is off the heel, no good. Sasha Reed comes back in for Navarrete. Second free throw is good. Makes 1 out of 2. 15 in the game for Manuel, 5 in this quarter. And there's a ball thrown away. Grizzlies have made some sloppy passes here in the fourth quarter. Chandler dishes it off. Back to Chandler. On the far side to Moore now. And back to Chandler. Good man-to-man defense being played by the Grizzlies here underneath. Oh, Moore got behind everybody. Moore with 9 in the game, 5 in this quarter. Grizzlies down by 3, inside 2 minutes to go. Edwards comes in, Richard comes out. Grizzlies will inbound. It'll be Robinson to Barber. Barber, scoop shot doesn't go. Rebounded by East. And a foul's going to be called against Sasha Reed, and Sasha will be done for the night. Sasha Reed fouls out with 1:47 remaining in the game. Aaliyah Richard will come back in. Reed fouls out by our count with no points tonight. First free throw off the heel, no good, from Hadley. Another miss would keep it a 1-possession game. And she makes the second one. That's a big free throw because it makes it a 2-possession game here with less than 2 to go. Edwards from 10 feet, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Manuel, and East High now can play some keep away and burn some clock. 90 seconds to go in the fourth. And a timeout's being taken by East High. Be a full timeout. Why not take it with them? You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Grizzlies trail by 4 with 85 seconds to go. The possession arrow is pointing the wrong way for us. It's pointing at East. Both teams are in the double bonus, so that's where we're at. And it will be East High's basketball to boot. Grizzlies led most of the game, quite honestly, and some sloppy play in the fourth quarter has hurt them. Ari Moore around to Chandler, and they're gonna force a foul here. They don't need to score because they have a 2-possession lead. Less than a minute to go. And finally, Robinson fouls. This will be a 2-shot foul because it's a double bonus foul. It's a 4th foul on Innocent Robinson. Chandler will go to the line and shoot 2. Absolutely the wrong person to have up there if you're a Grizzly fan. First one misses. When all this free throw stuff is done, we'll have 53 seconds remaining in the fourth. And she makes 1 out of 2. 3 in the quarter, 20 in the game. And Robinson puts up a long 3 off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Manuel, and here comes wide open. Oh my gosh, wide open indeed is Hamilton. She has an easy lay-in, and that's pretty much going to do it. 30 seconds to go. We're down by 7. It's going to be a disappointing finish for the Grizzlies. They did not play well in the fourth quarter. That's all there is to it. Now we have a foul called, I think, on Chandler. It is. Puts Robinson at the line. He'll get a chance to get a couple of points here without the clock moving. And she makes 1. And a timeout being taken by Northwest. Let's just keep it right here with 22 seconds to go. Boys game will follow in about 20 minutes, but right after the conclusion of this, we'll summarize the scoring and then send it to the Andy Hill pregame interview. And then the boys will tip it up. .22 to go, 57-51. Grizzlies trail. Both sides in the bonus. This is the last timeout that Northwest can call. East can call one more should they desire to do so. Can't imagine with a 7-point lead, or a 6-point lead, excuse me, why they would want to do that. But they do have that option. So we'll see what happens here in these last 22 seconds of the contest. First of all, we have another free throw attempt by Innocent Robinson. Makes it. She came through, made them both when we needed them. Now the Hamilton throws it away. Or did that bounce off of, no, it did not. So it'll be Grizzly basketball with 20 seconds to go. Down by 5. Full court pressure being put on by East High. That's to slow the game down. And Richards' three-pointer is blocked out of play. It'll keep the ball with Northwest with 13 to go. Richard inbounds to Robinson, who puts up a long three and misses, and that's going to do it. The ball is going to belong to, they're pointing in the direction of Northwest. Both players skidded out of bounds. The ball was somewhere in between them at the time. So Robinson will inbound it to Barber. Barber has no choice, but they'll give her that lay-in because it will still make it a three-pointer, and that'll do it. East High goes to 3-2. Grizzlies fall to 2-4 on the season after a 57-54 loss. We're going to take a timeout, then we'll come back with a summary of the scoring and then send it to Andy Hill. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly basketball. Something? I'd like a Gatorade. I'd like a Gatorade. Gatorade, yeah. Grape if they have it. And we're back here at Northwest where we're final. Final score is 57 to 54. Grizzlies fall to the East High Blue Aces. So we're getting ready to send it to the Andy Hill pregame interview, which we will do here shortly. Let's summarize the scoring for the girls. First of all, for the visitors from East High, Ari Moore had 9, Ryland Chandler with a pair, but they were big. Jalaya Manuel had 15, Amaya Hamilton with 6. 4 of those were in the fourth quarter. Nia Chandler, the league's leading scorer, had 20 to lead all scorers here tonight. Sine Hadley had 5 for the East High girls. For Northwest, Kenzie Edwards had 2. Viviana Wall with 14. Aaliyah Richard with 4. Kamira Barber led the Grizzlies with 17, and Innocent Robinson with 15, and that's the scoring summary for Northwest. So the girls fall to 2-4. They'll have to try and get some of it back Friday night when the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll come calling. We're going to go ahead now and send it to the pregame interview with head coach Andy Hill. So stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly basketball.
Hey man, you going out for football? Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Our City League doubleheader continues now. We switch it over to the boys' side, and we're joined before our boys' contest, as we are before each and every varsity boys' contest, by our head coach, Andy Hill. And, Coach, let me first off start off by saying Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Kevin. Excited to be back and ready to get back into things.
Let's go back into last year and let's talk a little bit about our last contest. It seems like it's been 2 forevers ago, but Junction City came in here within the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail and City League Challenge Series, and the boys completed a sweep of the doubleheader that night.
Yeah, I thought we played really well. Junction City's a good team, and our guys were locked in. We played really tough defensively. We did a lot of good stuff, but mainly it was just our energy level, our effort level. Was really good and what helped us to win that game and beat a good team, especially on a night where we weren't in school, very small crowd that night, and I was kind of worried about what our energy was going to be, and it was amazing. I mean, across the board, those guys they played incredibly hard and made some really big plays when they mattered. So that was a fun night, and we're going to hope to kind of build on that. We've won 3 in a row now, and hope that. This break doesn't slow that down, and instead, hopefully, it propels us forward. So,
and you mentioned the fact school was out. That meant we had no band, we had no cheerleaders, or we did have cheerleaders. I don't remember if we did have cheerleaders. We had no band, and a very small crowd from Northwest because everybody's on break and they're gone. And of course, Junction City being 2.5 hours away by car, they're not going to bring a lot of people down either. So it was a quiet but very vociferous crowd. They were very supportive. There just wasn't a lot of them.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, everybody that was there was great and had lots of energy. And you really find out in those kind of games, which players really just love the game of basketball and love to compete. Because when you don't have the energy from the crowd pushing you on, and you don't have, your fellow students there watching you. It's just a bunch of guys playing ball. So in that sense, that was fun to see, and just fun to see the guys get after it.
So it's been 2 weeks since we played last, and of course you don't take the whole 2 weeks off with a holiday schedule. You've got to get some practicing in when you're allowed to. What is the practice schedule during the break?
We took total about 8 days off, which there was a couple days that we could have gone before Christmas that we didn't. So gave them a little bit of extra time, which we usually like to do, just so they can kind of rest and be with family and that kind of stuff. So we started practice back up on the 29th, and so we've had 4 practices here leading up to East. We would have liked to have had a couple more, but we weren't allowed to start again until the 29th. So that's Keisha has a moratorium period there. We got 4, but they've been 4 really good practices. I mean, spirit, energy, all that stuff's been good. I don't think we've really missed a beat as far as that goes. So I'm excited to see what we come out and do tonight.
Well, and practice-wise, you had 4 good. You say you had 4 good practices, and I think people watching this, whether they're spectators or family or whatever, most people don't know what goes on at practice. And practice is not just scrimmaging for 60 minutes or going back and forth or free throw practice, but you've got a whole set of activities designed to improve players' skills. And I've had a chance to see parts of practices, and you work those kids very, very hard.
Yeah, I think as coaches, the most important thing that we do is planning effective practices, and that's my opinion. I think that's when 80% of the job is being organized, being efficient, and really teaching the kids. That's our time to teach them, so that hopefully when the game time rolls around, most of my work is done at that point. Obviously, I mean, situations, all that stuff has to be coached during the game, but it's critical that we are efficient during those 2 hours we have on the court together every day. I love going to practice. That's my favorite part of this job. And like I said, I think we've had 4 really good ones coming back from break.
Let's turn our attention now to the matter at hand. City League play resumes tonight. The East High Blue Aces come in here. They're always tough to play, whether we're here or we're over across town at their place. What are you looking for from that group tonight?
They've got an athletic group of kids. They play really hard. New coach, Carlin Witten, who is an East High alum, has taken over there. So I know he's got a lot of pride with what he's doing with the East, and he's going to get that program going, in no time. They've played really hard. Everything I've seen from them on film, just their energy is good and their effort. So we'll really have to do a good job. Taking care of the basketball is going to be a big key, not turning it over to them, and then keeping them off of the offensive glass is a big thing for us as well.
Hate to ask this question with 2 weeks off, but do we have anybody injured?
As of now, no. We're good. Yep, knock on wood. We've got, we played a long stretch of games without Jerome Henderson, who was out sick, and he's back and healthy now. So we've got a mostly full lineup here ready to go tonight. So,
okay, we wish you the best of luck tonight against the Blue Aces, and look forward to a visit with you on Friday before we take on Bishop Carroll.
All right, sounds good, Kevin. Thank you.
Head coach Andy Hill in a pregame show. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 90-second timeout, and then we'll be back with the starting lineups and the play-by-play of tonight's game against the East High Blue Aces. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, folks, we welcome you back to Wichita Northwest High School. The boys' game will get underway here in about 7 minutes. We're going to give you a little bit of Silent Sunday, but as a way of intro here. East High comes in 0-4 on the season, whereas the Grizzlies come in to this contest 3-2 after their win against Junction City in the Challenge Series game. That was the last game they played, and that was a week before Christmas. So this is the first game of the second semester for both teams. And if you missed the girls' game and are just joining us, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you on board, whether you're from East High or from Northwest. And want to give credit where credit's due. Our executive producer tonight and engineer is Jonathan Scheu, and our videographer is the multi-talented Leslie Bravo. And my name is Kevin Arkin. Glad to be with you. It's a pretty nice night. Good crowd on hand for a non-school night game. School does not begin here until tomorrow, so there's no band here tonight. We do have cheerleaders, but no band. And just the way it is here at Northwest. Not expecting any surprise starters for the Grizzlies. Leslie has just handed them to me, and it's it's a little different than normal. We'll save it until the time comes. We'll let you know we're back on the air again Friday night. Friday night, Bishop Carroll comes a visiting. We'll be right here at Northwest High. 5:40, our pregame show for the girls' contest against the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll. Please join us if you can't come to the game in person. We're going to go ahead and give you a little Silent Sunday here. We'll let you listen to some tunes. I'm going to give my voice a bit of a rest. We'll be back here in about 3 minutes to introduce the starting lineups and then give you the play-by-play of tonight's game against the East High Blue Aces. right, ladies and gentlemen, we are rapidly approaching the introduction of the starting lineups here at Northwest for the boys contest. And as soon as I can figure out what I did with mine, what did I do with it? There it is. And it looks like we're not going to have the national anthem this game, too. They're going to go right to the introduction of the starting lineups. They'll do them in alternating order, starting with the East High Blue Aces, who tonight are dressed in dark blue, navy blue uniforms with white numerals and white trim, and thank goodness they're easy to read. Grizzlies are in their home whites with dark numerals. For East High, St. Paul Polite is a 6'4" senior forward wearing number 12. For Northwest, a 5'9" junior guard, number 2, Tayshawn Williams. For East High, a 6'3" sophomore forward, number 14, Colin Laws. For Northwest, a 5'11" sophomore guard, number 5, Eli Benning. For East, a 5'11" junior guard, number 23, Rayvel Leak. For Northwest, a 5'9" senior guard, number 10, David Hudspeth. East High's number 24 is a 6-foot junior guard, Braden Dale. For Northwest, a 6'4" senior forward, number 22, Javon Glover. And for East High, Jackson Wooden is a 6'4" junior forward, and he wears number 40. For Northwest, 5'8" senior guard, number 24, LJ Phillips. Head coach for East High is Carlin Witten, and for Northwest, it's Andy Hill. Grizzlies will play from left to right here in the first half. On the floor for Northwest, one more time, you've got Williams, Benning, Hudspeth, Glover, and Phillips. That's the 5 on the floor as we start the contest for Northwest. Good crowd on hand, should be a good game. Grizzlies trying to win their 4th game of the year. Glover will tip it off for Northwest against St. Paul Polite. And the opening tip is won by the Grizzlies. Tayshawn Williams has it. Brings it across the timeline. A 1-2-2 zone quickly set up by East High. Benning back to Williams, now over to Hudspeth. Back to Williams. In the paint to Glover. Glover sends it wide. Benning for 3 is short. And a foul's going to be called on Glover on the rebound. First foul of the night comes pretty quick. East High will inbound. Bringing it down for East High is Dale. And there's a steal by Phillips. LJ up off the glass, count it. LJ Phillips gets us on the board. Hudspeth playing defense on the far side. Loose ball on the floor. Who's going to get it? They're going to call it jump ball, and on the alternating possession, it will go to East High. The alternating possession, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Inbounded by East, up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Benning. Benning sends a long one forward to Williams. Williams on the far side, pulls it back. Now into Phillips. Phillips over on the near side to Hudspeth. Hudspeth back to Benning. And the 1-2-2 zone is in place again. Into the paint for Glover. And off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Woodson for East High. There's one up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies, and that one gets knocked out of play. It will stay with Northwest. Two to nothing, Grizzlies lead, 6:16 to go, first quarter. Tayshawn Williams sends it over to Hudspeth. Back to Williams. In the paint to Glover, this time to Benning for three from the near side. He's short. Rebounded by Hudspeth. He can't get it to go. Glover with a putback and count it. And I don't know what we have a whistle here. Do we have a foul? Braden Dale gets his first foul. And the Grizzlies will inbound. Williams has it, top of the key, in the paint to Hudspeth. Oh, he lost the handle. I actually had it taken away, and they're going to call it jump ball. And on the jump ball, alternating possession, it will belong to Northwest. So a good defensive play by the Blue Aces is wasted. In it comes to Glover. Now, what'd they call here? They called something. They called it on L.J. Phillips away from the ball. I honestly did not see it, so I have no idea what he did. East High brings the ball up. Here's a chance for a three off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Colin Laws, and he goes down in a heap, and a foul's going to be called on Williams. Third team foul already here for Northwest in 2.5 minutes. With the ball, spin move, nice job underneath, gets kicked out of play by Benning. It'll stay with East. That was Ravel Leak who was bringing the ball in. He will also inbound now. Leak underneath and an easy put in by Polite. 4-2, Grizzlies lead. LJ off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound by Woodson. Woodson is called for a foul, however. LJ Phillips is going to go to the line and shoot two here. LJ's first one is in. LJ has three of the Grizzlies' 5 points. Hudspeth comes out, and Sincere Thompson comes in for him, number 13. Thompson, the 5'11 junior guard. And the second one by Phillips is good. And Jerome Henderson comes in for Northwest, number 1. He replaces Phillips, and for Henderson, this is his first appearance in about in real time in about 3 weeks. He's been out several games ill, and as you heard Andy Hill mention in our pregame show, he's back with us. This one goes up and it's taken off the boards by Henderson. He gives it to Benning. Benning, Henderson, Williams, Glover, and Sincere Thompson, the 5 on the floor for Northwest. There's a three-point attempt off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Leak. And a foul's called on Leak. That's his second on rebounding. Well, they called that foul, and I have no idea what they've done there. Well, I think it's on Ravel Leak, but they put the foul up on the Northwest side. I don't understand that. There's one intercepted by Williams. He'll send it up to Benning. Benning up off the glass. Count it. Beautiful play by Northwest. 8-2, Grizzlies lead. Approaching the hell. There's a steal by Williams. Up off the glass. It doesn't go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Fouls charged to Javion Lunn. His first. Williams' first free throw puts up a bit of a brick and bounces around and out. Manuel Martinez comes in for East High along with Braden Dale. Williams has one more free throw coming, and he missed them both. And Henderson couldn't get the rebound, and here comes East High back with it. There's a block by Glover, and finally the ball's picked up by Northwest. There's a long pass to Benning. Benning thought about a drive to the basket, but decided to wait for the troops to come and help. Now they'll pull it back out and take their time. Glover underneath, puts it up, and knocked out a play that should stay with Northwest, and it will. Back underway, and Thompson, get in there, ball. Glover gets the rebound, but has it taken away from him by Colin Laws. He comes coast to coast and scores. And wait a minute, a charge was called. Tayshawn Williams drew the charge. No basket. Colin Laws gets charged with the offensive player control foul. And a good play by Tayshawn Williams to stand his ground and draw the charge. Thompson into the corner for Benning. Underneath Henderson to Thompson to Benning. Glover in the paint. Oh, he threw it into Henderson and went right through the wickets. Now Grizzlies will sub in Phillips and Hudspeth, and Benning and Glover will come out. Coming in for East High is L.T. Robinson. He will replace St. Paul Polite. Grizzlies lead 8-2. Low scoring first quarter. There's one taken away by Williams. To Hudspeth. Hudspeth underneath. Puts it up. It's blocked, and a good block by the Blue Aces. Hudspeth going back there to play defense. Beg your pardon. Colin Laws from 15 feet is short. Rebounded by Phillips. Williams will bring it across the timeline. East High sets up in their 1-2-2 zone again. Into the corner for Hudspeth. Back to Williams, back to Hudspeth. Back to Williams. In the paint to Henderson, back to Williams. Williams to Henderson, and his shot is blocked. Williams on the rebound, can't make it go. Loose ball. Who's going to get it? They're going to call a foul on somebody. It's going to be on Williams, I think. Oh, it's on Sincere Thompson. Shows you what I know. I don't call them, I just report them, folks. Martinez gives it back to Laws. I'm sorry, that's Dale, excuse me. There's one taken away. Henderson goes up, has his shot blocked again. Loose ball on the floor, that'll be a jump ball, and on the alternating possession, it will go over to East High. 1:36 to go, first quarter, 8-2 Grizzlies. It's been 8-2 for quite a while. Neither team's been able to score here in the first quarter. Now what do we have? A foul called on Thompson. Yep. Thompson gets called for foul number 2. And he's going to come out. Benning's going to come back in for him. Braden Dale with it. Dale into the corner for Leak. Leak, a three-pointer off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Williams. Despite the height differential, the Grizzlies are winning the battle on the defensive boards here in this game. Hudspeth with it. 1 minute to go in the quarter. Williams for 3. Off the rim. No good. Henderson gets it back out. That one's going to go out of play, and that should belong to East High. That bounced off the foot of Hudspeth. Javian Lund comes back in for East High, and he has the basketball. Underneath, and we have a foul called. Benning's first foul. Team foul number 6. Grizzlies may put East High in the bonus in the first quarter. And we have a jump ball call. That'll belong to Northwest. A very ragged first quarter here being played by both teams. It's been basically a whistle-blowing contest by the refs. Back to Henderson. Henderson over to Benning. Benning gets around one defender and gives it back to Hudspeth. 27 seconds to go in the quarter. Now the Grizzlies will settle back and go for 1 against the 1-2-2 zone of East High. $13 to go. Williams on the paint, saves it. Underneath, Phillips, he's blocked going up, but the foul is called, and with 4 seconds to go, L.J. Phillips will go to the line and shoot a pair. Colin Laws picks up his second foul. LJ's free throw is short. The second one is long. Rebound to Tayshaun Williams. Puts it up off the glass. Good! It's a two-pointer for Williams, but he scores to put Grizzlies in double figures. And at the end of 1, the score is Northwest 10 and East High 2. Will be back in, yeah, that's the one that says North on. We'll be back. Stay with us. High will inbound to start the second quarter, trailing 10-2. Leading scorer in the game is L.J. Phillips with 4 points. Nobody else has more than 2. On the far side. And Glover picks it up. Hudspeth with it now, bringing it across the timeline. We'll give you the 5 on the floor here in just a moment. Well, let's just do it now. Glover has it over here to Hudspeth. That's 2. Hudspeth for 3. Count it! David Hudspeth gets a 3-pointer on the floor. And a full timeout is being taken. We just had a commercial break. Let's keep it here. I'll give you the scoring summary in the first quarter. For Northwest, Williams had 2. No, that's wrong. He has just 2 in this quarter. Benning has 2. Glover has 2. Phillips has... No, I guess that was right. Williams has 2. Benning has 2. Glover has 2. Phillips has 4. It's my chicken scratch, folks. I'm sorry. And then a 3-pointer by Hudspeth to start this quarter. And St. Paul Polite has 2 points for East High, and that's it. That's the only scoring in the first quarter for the Blue Aces. So it's been a scoring drought in particular for East High. East High came into this game 0-4 on the season. Their last game, I had it right here. Now what did I do with it? Well, I did have it here, folks. I don't know what I did with the darn thing. Well, what did I do? I don't have it anymore. I can tell you they lost. That's about it. Back underway. Out of play it goes. And it will stay with the Blue Aces. Grizzlies lead by 11. Barry Glover has it for the Blue Aces to Martinez on the near side. To Leak. Leak drives, lost the handle, loose on the floor. Grizzlies come up with it. It's Benning that has it. And Eli Benning will bring it across the timeline. Hudspeth for 3. Good! David Hudspeth has 6 points all in this quarter. And the Grizzlies lead by 2 touchdowns. Leak in the corner to Martinez. Martinez back over here to St. Paul Polite. His shot misses. Robinson gets the rebound. And Glover puts it up. No basket. Have a foul called. It'll be on the floor, I believe. Although it won't make any difference because East High is now in the bonus. So we'll be shooting free throws. In fact, both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the half as they both entered this quarter with, I don't understand this. This is wrong. They got to fix this. Look at the scoreboard, refs. Thank you very much. We're shooting free throws, boys. And the refs nonchalantly go for the setup for the free throws so as not to admit that they missed it. Here's the first of what will now be 2. Glover gets his team's 3rd point of the night. Well, the refs are laughing about it now, so good. Glover makes them both. It's 16-4. And Tayshawn Williams brings it across the timeline. Williams, tried to razzle-dazzle it to Javon Glover, and it didn't work. Went out of bounds instead, and it will be a turnover to East High. 6:09 to go in the second quarter. Martinez has the ball for the Blue Aces. Dishes it off to Glover. And there's one taken away by Darian Hammond, who started this quarter. I never did give you the 5 on the floor. He was on the floor when the quarter started. Shame on me. And L.J. Phillips is hurt. And we have a foul called on the play. And L.J. Phillips is going to come out of the game. Henderson will go in for him. Also coming into the game for Northwest, 6'2", sophomore forward, number 11, Liam Calvert, comes into the game for the first time, joining Darian Hammond, the 5'10" freshman guard. So we have Hammond and Calvert and Henderson, Hudspeth. Who am I missing? Oh, Tayshawn Williams. That's the 5 on the floor for Northwest. And Martinez makes them both. (16-6). Grizzly lead is 10. Hudspeth pulls it back out. And they're not going to give him that. Looked nice, though, but they're not going to give it to him. Foul is called against Ashton White, number 21. His first. Hudspeth at the line to shoot a pair. And both teams are now in the bonus. Hudspeth's first one is good. Hudspeth with 7 all in this quarter. Makes them both. 18-6 the score, 5:10 to go, second quarter. Williams underneath. Henderson counted. Jerome Henderson gets his first basket in about 3 weeks. Good to see him back on the score sheet. And there's one bouncing around, and Henderson gets the rebound off the missed shot. Gives it to Williams. Three-pointer by Calvert is short. And a long one all the way down there that is missed, but the putback is in by St. Paul Polite. And Tayshawn off the heel, no good, rebounded by Calvert. Hudspeth with it. Resets the offense. Around the horn we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Tayshawn drives it. Oh, he slipped on a wet spot. He's still down on the floor, and they're gonna stop play. Oh, they called a foul on the play on Ashton White. That's his second. It will send Williams to the foul line. I mean, it looks like he was fouled by the floor monster. Williams picks up his 3rd point of the night. (21-8), Grizzlies lead. L.J. Phillips comes back in for Darian Hammond. Hammond got some good minutes in this quarter. Williams' second shot misses. And the rebound to St. Paul Polite. Here comes East High back with it now. Leak brings it across the timeline. I wasn't Leak, that was Dale, excuse me. Brings it across the timeline. And there's a three-pointer in and out. No, rims it, no good, excuse me. And Williams gets the rebound. Tayshaun off the glass, doesn't go, rebounded by St. Paul Polite. He's having a pretty good first half here for the Blue Aces. That's going to be an over and back call. And it will be Grizzly basketball with 3:01 to go. Tayshaun Williams with the ball. Gets it right back. Sends one over to Henderson. Jerome Henderson has huge hands. Puts it up, count it. Jerome Henderson gets his second bucket of the quarter. Grizzlies' lead is 15. Grizzlies have never trailed in the game. Timeout's being taken by East High after the basket by Colin Laws. And it's a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here. Once again, take a moment here to ask all you good folks who are watching. If you look at your page, you can find the subscribe button for NWHS Grizz. Please subscribe to NWHS Grizz. Your subscription helps the school financially, and if it helps the school, it's helping the kids, and that's what it's all about. This is all going back into the audiovisual program for Northwest and help these kids continue with the program. So please subscribe. We're glad to have you as a subscriber on NWHS Grizz. Coming out of the timeout, 2:15 to go in the second quarter, 23-10. Grizzlies lead. And they have the ball. Darian Hammond is back in the game. He's in there with L.J. Phillips, Jerome Henderson, Liam Calvert, and Tayshaun Williams. That's the five on the floor. Colin Laws just stole that one. And while he was launching the bomb and I was looking to see where it was going to go, a whistle blew. And evidently they're going to give it back to Northwest. So I don't know why, because I did not see it. In any case, inbounded to Jerome Henderson. Henderson off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Hammond. Get in there, yes sir. Hammond gets his first bucket of the night. Grizzlies lead by 15 again. That's their largest lead of the night. Tayshaun Williams had to work, but he got a good steal out of it. Underneath, over to Hammond. Hammond for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Colin Laws. Here comes East High back with it. Robinson puts it up over the glass, and if that's not a charge, I don't know what is. Wow. Robinson picks up his first. It's a player control foul. Grizzlies will get the ball on the inbound with 86 seconds to go in the first half. Pretty good ball game. And unless somebody comes up here and surprises me like Terry Moses did in the first game, I don't have a halftime guest for you. Liam Calvert back out to Williams, who puts up a three off the heel, no good. Rebounded there by Brandon Dale. Underneath, and that ball is intercepted by Liam Calvert. Nice job by Liam defensively. Here comes Northwest back with less than a minute to go in the first half, and don't be surprised if they play for one. Hudspeth with it. And now the East is playing man-to-man now. 35 to go, and Hudspeth just pulls it right back out. Now he drives it, and he traveled. Oh, I thought he traveled with it. Oh, and L.J. Phillips lost it. A jump ball called. It will stay with Northwest on the alternating possession. Williams has it in the paint, puts it up off the glass. It bounces, no good. Rebounded there by East High, and with 15 to go, they'll have a try at a last shot. Dale brings it up, and I think he got fouled by Williams. See what they call here. It is a foul on Tayshawn Williams. That's his second. Foul comes with 8 seconds to go here in the first half. And it will put Dale on the line shooting a 1-and-1. First one's up, and it rims in and out, no good. Calvert to Williams, 4 seconds to go. Hudspeth for 3, misses everything, goes out of bounds, and with 0.2 seconds to go, let's be real, folks, the final score at the half will be 25 to 10. Oh, they called a foul, excuse me. I thought they called the ball out of bounds. Foul is on Colin Laws, that's his third. And Hudspeth gets the free throw. And David's second one falls. No, he's getting a third. I don't understand that. He gets all 3 of them. And the half ends. Final score, your halftime score. Northwest 28 and East High 10. We'll be back with our halftime summary and perhaps extravaganza after the 60-second timeout. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball. That's the Northwest High Honey Bears here at halftime. We did not know we were going to get a halftime performance from them tonight. They did a short number, so we're glad to have them with us. Let's give you the halftime summary here, and then we'll go to commercial and give you some Silent Sunday for the rest of the halftime. For East High, Martinez has 2 points. Barry Glover has 2. St. Paul Polite with 4. And Colin Laws with 2. And you add that all up, that's 10 points for it, folks. Not a lot of scoring on the part of East High here tonight in the first half. For Northwest, Jerome Henderson with 4. Tayshawn Williams has 3. Darian Hammond with 2. Leading all scorers with 11 is David Hudspeth, and he has all 11 in the second quarter. Javon Glover with 2 and L.J. Phillips with 4. He had those early in the first quarter. And the Grizzlies total 28, and the score 28-10 here at halftime. We'll tell you that we'll be back right back here on Friday night. Bishop Carroll comes a-calling, and the Golden Eagles will tip it off with Northwest beginning at 5:40. We'll be on the air Friday night with the pregame for the girls, and then the girls game followed by the boys, as it's always a girls-boys doubleheader. City League action tonight or Friday night against Bishop Carroll. Tonight, the Holy War is going on over at Bishop Carroll. Capon is over there, and we have not heard anything about what's going on over there. You got any chance you could look up a score and see if there's a score of Bishop Carroll and Capon? Girls and boys both. We have our executive producer is now all over it like white on rice. We'll see what he comes up with. I could do it, but it would take me 3 times as long as it's taking him. So we'll see what he comes up with here. Statistically, not much to talk about. Grizzlies have not taken a timeout in this game. They have all 5 of theirs. East has 3 left. East will get the ball to start the third quarter on the alternating possession rule. And we can't find a score from Capon and Carroll, and that doesn't surprise me. So if we get one before we go off air, we'll pass it along to you here tonight. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and let you listen to some tunes over the PA and speaker for about 4 minutes. We'll give our voices a rest, and then we'll have the second half of Northwest and East High. back here at Northwest, getting set now for the start of the third quarter. East High will inbound to start the third quarter, and they'll do so trailing by 18 to the Northwest Grizzlies, who played a pretty solid first half. Grizzlies have nobody in foul trouble. Thompson has 2, Williams has 2, and nobody else with more than 1. For East High, Colin Laws has 3. Ashton White has a pair. Nobody else has more than 1. So not a lot of foul trouble for either school. They've reset the clock here, and it will be Martinez inbounding for East High here as we start the third quarter. And now we have a coach coming over to talk to a ref. Oh, coach saw something on the floor. Oh, some pieces of tinsel or glitter or whatever from the pompons of the honey bears, evidently, were on the floor. That's a good thing. That's a nice slip hazard for sure. Back underway. It's Braden Dale with it. He gives it off in the corner to Colin Laws. Laws spin move, 2 people on him. Puts it up and somehow gets it home. Wow. And he's fouled in the process. Holy cow. That's a pretty darn good play. Phillips gets his second foul. So it'll be a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. And he makes it. 28-13 now. Grizzlies on top. Benning with it. On the floor with Benning, Tayshaun Williams, David Hudspeth, L.J. Phillips, and Javon Glover. That's the 5 on the floor. And now we have a traffic jam on the floor. What are they calling here? I think they called a jump ball. And on the alternating possession, it goes to Northwest. Yes, it was a jump ball. Underneath, Glover can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, and he's hacked. He'll go to the line. He'll shoot a pair. Glover's first one falls. Not exactly textbook, but he made it work. He'll get one more. And he makes them both. Good job by Javon Glover. 30-13, Grizzlies lead. Dale with it, dishes it off to Leak on the near side. Now Colin Laws. And Laws' shot, he goes up and his shot is blocked by Javon Glover. It'll stay with East High, but a nice defensive play by Glover that time. Colin Laws takes the inbound pass, and his pass is blocked and picked off by Northwest. Here's Hudspeth driving the floor. Now he'll pull it back and give it to Benning. Benning into the paint. He goes up with it. It's blocked out of bounds. I thought out of bounds, but evidently not. And here's a 50-50 ball that's going to be won by L.J. Phillips. Over here on the near side is Williams. Williams underneath. It's kicked out by Woodson. It will stay with Northwest. A lot of action on that transition. Eli Benning will inbound for the Grizzlies. To Williams and back out to Phillips. Benning for 3, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hudspeth, no. Rebounded by Colin Laws, and Laws has it. Well, now a whistle blows. I thought it was a clean pick by Williams. but they're going to call Tayshawn for a foul. That's his third, and he will come out of the game and be replaced by Sincere Thompson. Dale with it for East High. In the paint, puts it up, and it goes. Pretty good play all the way around by Braden Dale, and that's for Dale. That's his first points of the night. Glover with it to Thompson. Thompson slipped, puts it up, partially blocked, rebounded by Leak. He'll bring it down, and the ball went out of play. I think it's going to stay with Northwest. Went out of play before Phillips got to it, I think. Well, I'm wrong. Phillips touched it and it went out. This one comes back. Dale has it. Three-pointer by Leak now is in and out, no good. Put back by Woodson, counted. 30-17, Grizzlies lead. Grizzlies led by a boatload at halftime. At halftime, they led by 18. Thompson lost it for a moment, gives it to Benning. Benning in the paint, gives it to Hudspeth. Hudspeth from 15 feet, off the rim, no good. The rebound will go to Braden Dale of East High, and here he comes with it. Spin move, Colin Laws doesn't go. Woodson gets the putback and count it. Woodson with 4 points all in this quarter, and Northwest is going to take a timeout and try and stop all this. They've given up 7 points of the lead here in 4 minutes. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly basketball. Coming out of the timeout. Have an update from the Holy War down the street at Bishop Carroll. Capon boys are leading Carroll 51-34 in the second half. Javon Glover's short shot misses. Colin Laws brings it down. Here's Martinez with it. And the basket by Dale. All of a sudden, the lead is single digits again. We had an 18-point lead 4 minutes ago. Down to 9. Grizzlies haven't scored in a while. In fact, we only have 2 points in this quarter. There's a foul going to be called against Leak, I think. It is on Leak. One of the few times tonight I've been right on that. Grizzlies will inbound from the baseline. Williams inbounds to Thompson. To Phillips. Back to Williams. Williams off the glass, counted. And that's what we needed, was some points on that possession. Leak has it, gives it to Colin Laws. Laws lost the handle on it, went right to the hands of Thompson. Now loose on the floor. Who's going to get it? It's the Grizzlies came back with it. Phillips picked it up. Nice job by LJ. The Grizzlies maintained possession on the ball. It's Williams with it. He dishes it out to Hudspeth. Hudspeth taking his time. To Henderson. To Williams, and a foul's going to be called on Colin Laws. That'll be his fourth. And he will take a seat. He'll be replaced by L.T. Robinson, number 22. Henderson will inbound to Hudspeth. Hudspeth just holds the ball out there, waiting for some offensive help. Tried to put it up himself, couldn't get it to go. L.J. Phillips goes up, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line and shoot two. Woodson guilty of the foul. That's his second. It's the fourth team foul on East in this half. Northwest has two. LJ's first one. Not pretty, but it counted. And the lead is back up to a dozen. And he makes them both. 6 points in the game for Phillips. And the Grizzlies lead by 13 again. Phillips comes out. And who went in for him? I didn't see who went in. Let me survey the field here. Well, we'll just tell you who's in there. Hudspeth's in there. Henderson's in there. Williams, Glover, and Thompson. That's the five on the floor. Williams gets the ball, feeds one to Glover. Glover lost the handle. Tayshaun Williams blocked a pass, but it went right back to East, and that was kind of sloppy on both teams. East with it. Woodson has it, top of the key, and moves it around. Dale dishes it off, and there's a three-pointer try, and nothing but net for Martinez. His first points of the third quarter, and it's a three-pointer. And we have a timeout being taken. I don't know who took it, and it will be on East. They'll take a short timeout. 2:10 to go here in the third quarter. Grizzlies lead by 10, 34-24. Possession arrow points toward East. Grizzlies with two fouls and East high with four. And the Grizzlies have 4 timeouts left and East High has 2. And just a reminder again, we're on the air 5:40 on Friday. Bishop Carroll will come a-calling for the first of our home and home series with the Golden Eagles. Come on out and support your Grizzlies if you can. If you can't, watch them right here on NWHS Grizz. Sincere Thompson. David Hudspeth with it. Williams now. Back to Thompson. Back to Williams. Williams for three. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Woodson. Here comes East High back with it now. And bringing it down the floor is Braden Dale. Dale gives it back to Woodson. Woodson to Dale. And we have a whistle. Foul is on Sincere Thompson. That's his third. Thompson will come out. Eli Benning will come back in. He'll join Williams, Henderson, Hudspeth, and Glover. Oh, nice block that time by Henderson. Good to have him back. Henderson has it, puts up a long one for three, misses as it hits the rim. Rebounded by East High. Now another whistle. Hudspeth picks up a foul. That's his first. Each team has 4 now in the second half. Inbounded to Leak. Leak sends one across, and around the horn it goes. Martinez. I was going to say they almost got the ball back, did the white shirts, but East High hangs on to it. Leak puts up a 3 off the rim, no good, and Woodson will knock it out. Oh, they're going to say Woodson did not touch it last, that it was the much shorter Tayshawn Williams. I can't buy that, but that's the way it is. Sincere Thompson comes back in now for Benning. 62 seconds remaining in the third quarter. There's one that rolls off the rim, no good. The putback by Woodson misses. East High getting all the offensive rebounds here. There's one off the heel, no good. This time Phillips gets the rebound. And the Grizzlies will bring it down with 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Glover. Back out to Williams. They're going to play for one shot. Williams, oh, he booted it. Now we have one loose. And a jump ball's called. That may work in our favor, actually. It's going to go to East on the alternating possession, but that will, unless something happens, that means that Northwest will get the ball to start the fourth quarter. So they got a chance to set up a play. Benning comes back in for Thompson. With 11 seconds to go, a 10-point lead for Northwest. We'll see what happens here. Dale puts up a wild one off the glass, no good, and that's the way the quarter will end. We're at the end of 3 quarters of play. The score, Northwest 34, East High 24. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 60 seconds. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Grizzlies will inbound to start the quarter, leading by 10, 34-24. Trying to go to 4-2 on the season. Tayshawn Williams takes the inbound pass from David Hudspeth. He's joined out there by L.J. Phillips, Javon Glover, and Eli Benning, and that's your 5 on the floor here to start the fourth. Benning has it, and a foul, I guess, was called that I didn't see. Robinson's second foul and the 5th foul on East. Grizzlies have 4 coming into this quarter. Glover counted. Beautiful play. Javon Glover has 6 points in the game. And the Grizzlies lead by a dozen. Woodson has it with Glover on him. There's Dale with Benning on him, and now they're going to call a foul on Benning. It's his second. It'd be nice if these refs would let these guys play a little bit. Calling the game very tight. We have a player down on the floor. And Tommy Gonzalez has gone over to look at him. Now he's back in his seat. That's Braden Dale, who was injured. And Tommy Gonzalez, the best in the business. Looking him over. Leak has it. Dishes it to Woodson. Woodson off the glass, counted. Woodson has 6 points in the game. Whoops. That's a cheap pointer, Kevin. Hudspeth to Glover. Underneath the Benning. Oh, come on, Eli. You got to get those. I don't like that call. They gave it to East, and I don't think that's right. Now the referees are talking it over. No, they're not. All right, they're going to give it to East, and Andy Hill is kind of grinning over here because I think he thinks they missed one too. And that one off the glass. That was a nice play by Barry Glover. He's got 4 points. That's his first field goal of the game. Williams to Glover to Phillips to Williams. Grizzlies up by 8. Now they're up by 10. Thank you, Glover. Javon Glover gives us our double-digit lead back. And it comes with 6:16 remaining in the game. There's Colin Laws, and I'm telling you, there's a loose board on that floor. And we have a foul called at the other end. We'll see how they call it. Leak picks up his third foul, and it will send Williams to the free throw line to shoot a pair. First one's good. Liam Calvert comes back in for Northwest. And he takes Javon Glover's place. And Andy Hill and Glover are having a conversation. Glover's upset about something. Williams makes them both. Grizzlies lead by 10 again, 40-30. In the corner for three, off the rim, no good, rebounded by Williams. Williams will take his time bringing it down. Clock is the friend of Northwest at the moment. They do not need to score in a hurry. In fact, they don't need to score at all. There's a three-pointer. Good! They can go ahead and do that, though. Williams with 5 in the quarter and 10 in the game. There's a 10-footer off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Williams. Tayshaun will bring it up the timeline, and again, he's taking his time doing it because they're not pressuring him. They're falling back on defense right away. This time he dishes it wide, and it'll be Benning for three. He missed, and it's rebounded by Laws. Here comes East High back. Laws, a nice long pass. And going up and not getting it is Barry Glover, but I think he got fouled on the way up. It's on Phillips, LJ's third foul of the night. Everybody's going to be shooting free throws from here on out on every foul. Both teams with 6. Liam Calvert comes out, and Glover went back in for him. So this is the last non-shooting foul of the night, unless it's a charge. And a long one almost got thrown away. Ashton White made a nice play there. Leak with it. Underneath, it's intercepted by Benning. Benning will bring it across the timeline to Hudspeth in the corner. Hudspeth into the paint, puts it up, short, rebound by Glover, and a foul is going to be called. I think Hudspeth's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. Fouls on Barry Glover, that's his first. And it will send David Hudspeth to the line to shoot 2. First one's good. And that is David Hudspeth's first point of the second half. He did not score in either of the odd-numbered quarters. So the basket on the west end, never saw him. Here's one more for David. Good. Nothing but net. Just what we needed is some free throws here. The lead is 15 again, 4:08 to go, fourth quarter. Round it goes. Dale puts it up short, rebounded by Hudspeth. There's a long one for Williams. Williams, lay it in, you bet. Beautiful from Hudspeth to Williams. And Williams has 7 points in this quarter. The lead back up to 17 now. 3:30 to go. There's a three-pointer, and it's good this time by Colin Laws. His first points of the quarter. And a timeout has been taken by East High. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll take a full timeout. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Northwest coming out of the timeout. Grizzlies lead by 14 with 3:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. Not only do they have the lead, but they have the ball. Be inbounded by David Hudspeth to Eli Benning. Tayshawn Williams is also out there along with LJ Phillips and Javon Glover. That's the 5 on the floor here in the latter stages of the fourth quarter. Williams has it. And again, Grizzlies don't need to score in a hurry, and they don't need to score at all. Glover, count the basket, and a foul. fouls on Woodson. Glover will go to the line and shoot one and try and get a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. And he makes it. Grizzlies now lead by a boatload. $17-point lead for Northwest. Now the clock stops and a foul is going to be called on the Grizzlies. I think. What did they call here? Yeah, they called the foul. How about telling us who it's on? LJ Phillips picks up number 4. At the line will be Leak. Dale comes out and Robinson comes in. And now what do we have here? I'm not exactly sure what we have or what's going on. We're waiting for free throws to be shot, I think. A technical has been called. I don't know what it was on. I think they called it on Glover because Glover is down here complaining. And if it is, let's see if our staff knows. You know who the technical's on? Javon. So for Javon, picking up his technical, that's also his second personal. And Leak missed the first one. No, he made the first one. Excuse me. And for Leak, believe it or not, that's his first point of the night. Now we have free throws being shot by Colin Law. He misses the first one. Makes the second one. Makes one. Each of them made 1 out of 2, so could have been worse. And East High will also get the ball with the Grizzlies holding a 15-point lead now, 50-35. Liam Calvert is in the game replacing Javon Glover. Braden Dale with it, taking his time, and Colin Laws for 3 misses. The putback doesn't go either. Calvert had a hand on it, couldn't get the rebound. Now it's loose on the floor, and it's picked up there by Colin Laws again. He dishes it off to Leak. Leak puts up a 3. It misses everything. And it will be a rebound to David Hudspeth, and he'll give it to Tayshawn Williams, who will take his time bringing it down. And just as I say that, he launches and cans a 3-pointer. Williams has 10 points in this quarter alone. There's a rebound by Calvert off the miss, and Williams will bring it up. Inside 2 minutes to go now. Grizzlies up by 18 again. That's their biggest lead of the night. That one is knocked out of play by Leak into the scorer's table. It will be it'll be Grizzly basketball. A nice job by the cheerleader to get it back down there. Phillips gives it to Calvert. Back to Benning. To Calvert. Calvert gives it to Williams. 3-pointer misses. Rebound. And a foul is going to be called on the rebound. And everybody's in bonus land, so we're shooting free throws. It's on Liam Calvert on the rebound foul. Foul number 1 for him, foul number 9 for the team. Wholesale changes for Northwest. We'll give you the entire lineup. Darian Hammond, number 4, is back in there, along with Jay-Sean Dirting, a 5'9" sophomore guard, number 12. Number 15 is Matt Osborne, a 5'9" junior guard. Sincere Thompson is back in, and Liam Calvert. That's the 5 on the floor for Northwest. Hammond has it. Over here on the near side, Dirting with it. Into Hammond. Hammond tried to dish it back. It was knocked out of play, and we're inside 1 minute to go in the contest. The issue's been decided. It's just a matter now, what will the final margin be when this is over? Underneath, and Dirting, yes. A three-pointer for Jay-Sean Dirting. That may be his first points of the season. And there's a three-pointer right back by Martinez. Ball taken away by the Blue Aces, and Colin Laws, who's had a pretty good game tonight, he finishes it off. 30 seconds to go now. Grizzlies up by 16. And Sincere Thompson will bring it across the timeline. Calvert with it. To Dirting. Back to Thompson. Playing keep away. 6 to go now. Thompson. Hammond. And we're done. Your final score tonight, Northwest 56, East High 40. We'll come back in 60 seconds and give you the totals and highlights and talk to you about Friday night. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Back to Wichita Northwest, where the Grizzlies have improved their record to 4-2 on the season with a 56-40 win over the East High Blue Aces. East High falls to 0-5 on the season. Give you the scoring summary for both teams here. We'll start with East High, where Martinez had 8 points. Can't read my own writing. Barry Glover with 4. St. Paul Polite with 4, all in the first half. Colin Laws, he had a pretty good second half. He had 2, 4, 5, 8, 10. He had 11 points total. Leak had 1. Braden Dale with 4. And Woodson had 6 on the night. And that's the total for the East High Blue Aces. For Northwest, Jerome Henderson had 4 points, all in the first half. Tayshawn Williams had 3 points at halftime, ends up with 15 on the night. He had a monster fourth quarter. He scored 6, 8, 10 points in the fourth quarter alone. David Hudspeth had a weird night. He had 11 points in the second quarter, 3 in the fourth quarter, for a total of 14. So he had some weird scoring from him. Javon Glover had a really solid night. He had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 points. and L.J. Phillips with 6 to round out the scoring. Up one more, can't forget young Jay Sean Dirting, the sophomore guard. He had a three-pointer near the end of the game to wrap up the Northwest High scoring. Okay, here's where we are. We are home again on Friday night. Bishop Carroll will come a-calling. We'll have the pregame show with Marcus Myers and the girls coaching staff. At 5:40, we're on the air with that, and then the girls game followed immediately by the boys game. Come on out and cheer on the Grizzlies if you can. If you can't, tune us in. We'll be here at Northwest High to bring it to you live. I want to thank Leslie Bravo and Jonathan Scheu for their help in putting on our broadcast. Leslie brought you the pictures, and Jonathan Scheu, a great job running the board as always. And hopefully we'll see those two nice folks on Friday as well. Until we see you on Friday, thanks again for joining us tonight. Thank you again for supporting NWHS Grizz. Become a subscriber, will you? Once again, final score, Grizzlies win 56-40. For everybody, I'm Kevin Arkin saying good night. We'll see you Friday.